Right. Kia ora e te whānau. No mai hara mai. Ki the Monday night Kōrero Warriors Fan TV. So we're just waiting for a couple of the boys to jump in as well. But for tonight, Tans, we've got Tans back again, and we've got the bro Polder. Polder's one
Kia
of my
ora.
workmates. Chero. And
See you, brother.
just doing the debrief from the Magic Round 9 game against the Cowboys. But before we get into it, how's everyone? How we doing?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm just texting Nick. He just asked for the link, so I just sent him the one I just sent him the one I had.
Okay, no, sweet, no, that's all good. We yeah. Well, while we're waiting, I was gonna mention too. So for the predictions, I'll go through the predictions and see if those boys come on for tonight. But from the weekend, actually, I might save Matt's one. So Tans, your prediction was 24-20. I won't say who to.
To the Cowboys. I know.
But you were actually one of the closest in regards to the 4 points difference. The bro Kyle said 34-18. I said 28-16. Jazz said 28-20.
Oh, that's pretty close. That's really close.
Yeah, it was actually. Nulla Linson said 32-14. The Wales. Andrew Boyd said 36-10, but he didn't give me a team. So I'm just going to say the Wales.
Yeah.
Jacko here said 22-16 Wales. Greg Hook, he got the 30 right. He said 30-15, but he backed the Cowboys. So shame on you, Greg. Shame on you. Miz said 18-16. His was pretty low. And 5-star. Oh, Nick's about to jump on.
Oh, cool.
Hey,
what's
Kia ora, my bro. Hey,
so
welcome
nice
back,
to
boss.
see you.
How you, my bro? Hey.
How you guys? How you guys?
Good, bro.
Good, really good. Oh, I'm so
Can you
glad.
guys hear me?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This is my bro, Polder. Nick,
Kia ora, brother.
long-time fan, one of my workmates, and all we do is talk shit about the Warriors.
Before we
Well,
start,
I'm in the
I
right
just want to
place.
do a
I'm
couple
in
of
the
shout
right
outs.
place, aren't I?
Oh shit,
Bro,
sorry,
you're in the
Nick.
right place. You're in the
I
right
just want to do a couple of
definitely
shout
the right
outs
place.
before we get into it. So I want to shout out to our Harold Mats boys who have won back-to-back grand finals.
Nice.
And for anyone that saw the game or saw the highlights,
absolutely.
like our talent pool is deep, man. So awesome for the club and really exciting for fans too. Like, the future's really bright for the club. So that's awesome. And so all the fans that showed up at Magic Round and did us a solid.
Oh, bro, the fans were
crazy. It was awesome.
The fans were
that was mad.
Yeah,
Sean Johnson had a bit of fun with them too.
Yeah. And it was crazy because it's like they're talking to him like he's still playing, you know.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do his job, trying to do the commentary stuff. So yeah, but like the so crowd attendance for Saturday night there was 50,658.
Wow.
But I mean,
That's
we had to split those numbers between 6 teams. But the Warriors fans were definitely the loudest. They owned Sunbrook, they were going off, bro.
Well, the Warriorholic went over, I think, and lucky that they'd cancelled all the flights the night before because of that weather. So all the flights were cancelled out of Wellington. So shout out to the Warriorholic for making it over there. Mean.
Shout out to all the content creators that managed to get over there. It'll be us one year, Whānau. It'll be us.
I reckon, mate,
I
reckon.
I want to go for my 50th next year. I'm like, I'm going to start saving. That would be a dream, man. But I want to go for a whole day. But I tried to have a look on the I googled Magic Round, but I couldn't get any info. But I'd love to go there for a whole day, like a whole Saturday, and watch all the games. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
but I'll stop talking now. Sorry.
No, mate.
You should go for a whole weekend there.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to.
And now's the time for a whole year to save up.
Are you basically saying we should do a give a little? Is that what you're saying, Tans? Who's up for a give a little for Tans' 50th?
That'd be a mean birthday, Prezi. Mate.
It'd be so cool to get a group together, though, a group of fans, or you know, and freaking head over and just have an absolute ball of a time. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't been to either Magic Round or Vegas, but I think Magic Round for me would be better because it's
Oh, Vegas for the wife, Magic Round for me.
yeah, totally.
Yes, Jacko, I am that old, bro. Yes, I am that old. Kia ora to you and kia ora, Greg. Nice to see you in the chat, and the man. Nice to see you all in there.
Sure.
Hope you had a good weekend after that solid win by the boys.
Yeah, fuck
man.
Yeah. Sorry, so I'll quickly run through those predictions again from last weekend. So Matt Thurston, the uncle of Jonathan, said 30-20. Tans 24-20. The bro Kyle said 34-18. I said 28-16. Jazz said 28-20. Nilla Linsink said 32-14. All those ones were was except Tans. And Matt. Andrew Boyd said 36-10, but he didn't give me a team, but fuck it, it's the Waz. Jacko 22-16 to the Waz. Greg Hook, my bro, 30-15. You got the 30 right, but you backed the Cowboys. Miz 18-16 to the Waz, and 5-star said 26-18 Warriors.
Ooh, some
pretty
close predictions.
I had 24-16, sorry. 8 points.
And I understand why we were a little bit nervous because they're terrifying. Once they get a roll on, they just smoked the Titans the week. I think it was the week before.
Yeah, bro.
They did the Rabbitohs. They did the Panthers.
Yeah.
You know what
second
I mean?
half running team too.
Second half running team. Then they did the Raiders before that, and it was like, okay, it's a little bit nervous because like that back five, or Taulangi, Drinkwater, they're pretty terrifying.
Derby?
Yeah. Robert Derby, he played for Fiji when we played them in the Pacific Cup, and he put on 2 tries on us, I think, in that game. But yeah, they've got heaps of strike in that team, especially that spine.
Dearden's a menace.
Mate, he's playing outstanding rugby league.
Should be scoring for Origin, eh?
Yeah, he's a Queensland rep. Yeah, I'd really love to see him, even though I'm a New South Wales supporter. But man, I'd love to see Dearden get a starting spot for Queensland. I think he'd tear it up out there.
I wonder if
I'm a Queensland lover, and he should be starting.
I wonder if going on the current form of Luke Metcalf if he's going to be sniffing around Origin or eligible or whatever. Not. Yeah, same. I want him to stay with us.
I don't want any of our players. I don't even want Barney over there, bro.
Barney's a shoo-in, bro.
I know he is. I know. Yeah. But I don't want any of our players there, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a distraction for us. That's just me, though.
I heard he had moldy blood in him.
I reckon.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
I think Samoa has claimed the bro.
Okay, so. But the timing would probably be pretty good.
Sorry. Pardon? Sorry.
No, you're right.
No, you go.
Like, if Barney's in camp for Origin, because Fish will be back, and again, those young fellas, young guns, those forwards, Vaimonga, Leka, Halasema, and there's a couple more. Laban should be back, they're holding the fort and they're doing a really good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, Tons, what are you saying?
Don't you think that's a bit of us though? Like when the big guns are down, we just come together and we start winning the games, and then traditionally when the big guns come back, it kind of goes the up. Yeah.
Well, that's that new ethos of theirs, eh? Next man up. They keep saying.
Yeah.
And how Lukey said after the game when they were talking to him, how he said, like just that, how we've got each other's backs. And I just love that
I like
mentality
that,
because
eh?
it just
I
shows
like
how connected they are as a unit.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the other day, I was just sitting here and I was thinking, you know, with these when he was here and Tohu, you know, huge superstar, you know, one of the biggest in New Zealand and across the NRL. But I feel like, and this is no disrespect at all, because he's amazing. But I feel like sometimes when you have a big superstar or maybe too many superstars in a team, it kind of throws that balance out of whack a bit. And I think him leaving and and especially everyone being aware of his leaving before pre-season started, so they kind of went in with a clean slate, you know, and I think the dust settled, and because none of them are, you know, there's no ego, there's no one better like or bigger than anyone else on the team. We don't have, you know, SJ was always the Mr. Fix-It or the go-to guy, and I just think the team, you know, looks really grounded and just happy.
Oh, there was
There's
a lot of expectation
on
on Johnson, eh? And he carried that for years. Even when he went to the Sharkies, I was just like, there were times where he just felt for the bro. Even when he was injured, he was still trying to front for the boys, for the Warriors and stuff. And it was just like, and you know, and I guess just to coattail on what you're saying, Tan. Sorry, and we lose Tohu, you know, and it's just like we've lost some real leadership in there, you know, without them taking the field this year. But we filled the breach, you know, and it's just like, we're definitely. I'm just, and again, this is just a personal thing, but for me, the defense side of how the last month is rolled out, it's just like, okay, we're not getting these massive blowouts, but the boys are fucking grinding, man, you know, and they're working for each other, you know, and it's just like, bro, that is so fucking. It's heartwarming, to see that stuff. They just
absolutely,
you know,
bro.
tackle just
because a lot of people threw us under the bus when, you know, Tohu retired, SJ retired.
25 years thrown under the bus.
That's right.
You know, I think we've gained more than we've lost with, you know, the players stepping up. You know, our young halves. I thought, you know, and I was quite critical of Metcalf. I was like, oh, he's not a 7, he's a 6. You know, he's not a 7. Well, on that day, mate, he just made me shut my mouth.
Well, he's turned it around.
Definitely turned it around.
He was awesome, man. He used his superpower. You know, he ran with the ball and got us heaps of space. Like, I was just really impressed, and I salute him because, bro, you did a mean job, and I loved it for him.
I think that's the biggest thing that he's done, isn't it? Like, I think in those first early games, he was sitting in the pocket too much, kind of waiting and then kind of distributing. Whereas now he's run first. He's gone back to that run first mentality.
He's running good angles too. He's not running across.
I mean, but also I think we've got to give Egan a lot of praise for this because
bro.
He's getting that ball out.
He's going to be. He'll be on the. He's got to be in the New South Wales fucking almost inner circle, bro, for the hooking position, because he's. I reckon he's sniffing around top 3.
I agree, but I think the only thing that'll hold him back from a Origin call up would be all his injury, you know, his HIAs. But he's definitely in the talks, and I bet you they are keeping an eye on him because he's. I agree, Dio. I think he's one of the top 3 hookers in the competition at the moment.
And he's just looking so relaxed. You know, it's kind of like, when's the last time you've seen Egan play like that?
There's a few. Yeah, I know. There's a few surprises, that's coming out this year.
Yeah.
Egan stepped up.
And Clark, I think him and Egan just work beautifully together, man. Like, they're just so in sync. They just really... complement one another on the field and their styles of play.
Yeah,
I've got to be one of those ones that was wrong about Clark. I thought he was a like for like for Jazzy. No disrespect to Jazzy or anything, bro, but Clark is he's a different.
He's got 2 dimensions, but he's a bulldog. Yeah, mate, he runs over people. I love him, mate.
Yeah, but he runs with the same intent. Every time he gets the ball, he runs with the same intent, you know, like.
And his passing game's getting better too.
And it's straight up the guts. It's not, going sideways. He's just straight up through his guts, and he brings mad momentum for us. It's amazing, and everyone sings Egan's praises, and rightly so, because he's amazing. But man, I think we get a lot of our momentum off the back of Clark,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, let's have a look at Clark. Clark did 204 meters on the weekend, guys.
Bro.
That's insane.
Yeah,
he did
last man.
Hard meters. Hard meters.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. And he played big minutes.
Not easy meters.
Yeah.
Those are hard.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think he would have. I mean, we noticed it when he was off, so I don't know how long he was off for.
Yeah. There is a notable difference when he's off the field, actually.
Yeah, but every team can say that as well, right? Because I think when Tom Malolo was off.
Yeah, you're right, Nick. They did,
Actually, did anyone notice this one? Did anyone notice when Corsi did his offload to Metcalf?
Took off.
So there were
a big run.
And Metcalf. So before that, there were 4 players in the tackle. It was Griffin, Neem, and it was McIntyre. And I was hoping the bro was gonna, the bro who's the Cowboys. I was hoping he was gonna be on tonight. I was gonna ask him. I was like, Griffin, Neem, and the other dude peeled off the tackle. Yeah. And when Metcalf got the ball and took off, Neem's back was turned. Wow. Reminds me of Ford. Remember when Ford used to do that? When he'd peel off a tackle, start jogging back and oh shit. And Neem's back was turned, bro. And so Metcalf took off, and before Neem even had a chance to turn around, he was gone. And I was like,
I think my favorite part is when Luke got that break and he was running, and then he got chased down by Drinkwater, and bro, the line, he was sniffing that line. That line
his face was above the line, bro. It was all Drinkwater had to do was push his head down.
Just that photo.
He was giving the line
bro.
The line a little hungy.
That's all he had to literally just rest his hand on his head. And he would have been out.
Did you see him pull his hand in? So he was literally like that. But I just
how did he not go out, mate?
With CHT just being, with our halves, I think their footy IQ really showed through in this game. Even CHT after that tackle, of course, he noticed that the Cowboys forwards were offside, so he put that kick up, and we got a set got a penalty.
Because the commentators were saying, "Oh, he should have swung it. The numbers." But no, you're right. Yeah, because the ref pinged them, but it was like, because I was thinking that too. Bro, you should have swung it. Why we would have fucking got him. So that Andrew G. Yeah, it was one of the comments before about the game turn. The game turned against us when the ref made the error of giving Cows 20-meter start. Instead of the dropout, and it's just like, oh, bro, and then their momentum.
Yep, agree.
The momentum definitely swung, but when you think about,
but I think the momentum. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, bro. Obviously, first half, entertainment factor plus in regards to the attacking. The second half, the defense. The Warriors of old would have folded, bro. The Cowboys would have come home fucking with a wet sail. They would have smoked us that second half.
No. Warriors last year. Warriors last year.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. We're not talking about 10 years ago. We're talking last 10 months ago.
Yeah, but they weathered the storm. So, that best attacking 40 from the Warriors this season by far.
I agree. I agree. By far.
Yeah.
You know what it felt like? The game for me? It felt like, those games where we would chase the game?
Yeah. Stupid offloads.
Not too long ago.
Yeah.
It felt like the Cowboys, well, obviously they were chasing the game, but it kind of felt like those games where we would chase the game. But the big difference is that the Cowboys got way more firepower than we had when we were chasing the game.
Yeah, bro.
Right? They got way more firepower, but I just had this feeling. I was just like, nah, there's not enough time. There's just not enough time.
Those last 4 minutes, mate. Oh my gosh, I was like, I've never wanted. You know how you get those games that we play where you're just like, I want this game to end now because, but I just, man. They were really good. And another Metcalf thing I just want to say, because I'm a big fan of Metcalf today, but just when his first try and he put Capewell through that hole, but
that was nice.
But the big thing about that play is that he followed through and keeps, and was a support player. So yeah, just shout out to him for just stepping up 100 because he was great.
Kurt had so he had Luca on the inside and Chanel was backing up. So so he had options. But even the how they swallowed through that gap, sweet as. Mind you, so did that Cowboys. Their very first try was a nice play.
Oh, Kudu,
and that was
that was clean, man.
Yeah,
that was clean.
Absolutely. So that
it's one of those tries.
They should have been onto that. There shouldn't have been that much space. Well, there should have been someone there actually, but they jammed him.
And like that first half, they it might have been like 4.5 minutes in, and Tane managed to knock the ball down. Bro, they had us stripped, bro. There was three Cowboys heading for that corner had he not knocked it down.
I'll tell you what, had he not read that, had he not pulled the trigger, right? Instead of sitting, waiting, had he not pulled the trigger, bro, that's confident.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Only top winners do that.
And like for such a smaller, like he's the smallest guy out there, and there's plenty of Tuopiki haters out there, bro. But he's doing,
Not a hater, bro. Just have my doubts.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not talking about you. like in the universe, it's like people are just dogging this guy, but he's the little things that he is doing right, he's nailing, and it's
I don't know why.
I think Tane's fantastic, man, and I think it's been good having him on the wing, not just for us, of course, but for himself. I think it would really boost his confidence as a player, knowing that he can, give it to the beat to these.
What are they dogging him about? What part of his game?
Gets thrown around too light. Some of his defensive reads, to be fair.
Well, in the modern age,
you reckon? I think he's really good defensively for a small winger. I think he's really good, mate.
I think Rocco Berry went missing. So did Tuopiki's defense. Without a decent centre and cyber communication, he was lost.
Well, that's probably a fair call. It was. I think we went off track.
My opinion. Sorry,
Berry went off. Berry went off injured. Because I did some stats and Curdy Capewell, he finished the game with 10 tackles. But I'm assuming that's because
he didn't miss anything early. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's because he got moved out to cover Berry. But I mean, I've also been critical of Capewell, and it's just those I suppose sometimes stats don't matter if you look at the game. I think. Yeah, they probably don't.
There are some players that fill up the stats. What's that?
No, I'm just saying. Is there fuzzy noise in the?
I can hear that a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's you, Nick, or it's kind of like. I think I'm not even sure who it is, bro. There was just a little bit of feedback. That's all right, bro.
Is it gone?
I think the game definitely changed. It's gone, bro. It's gone.
Yeah.
Like when Rocco went off and Kurt had to slide out to centre.
I thought that's when the game changed, to be honest. They attacked that right side hard.
Yeah. And they were making those channels. And they were starting to, like, our right hand side, their left, they were pressing hard, bro. And it was just like, mate.
It was definitely a game of too hard.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
No, all good. I mean, I will. The one thing I noticed, when you watch game live, different when you go watch it back, like what the bro's saying here. Was it Dominic? Yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. When you go watch it back, which I haven't done. One thing I noticed about Tuopiki, but which is more saying how good Drinkwater is when Tuopiki was in that tackle. Drinkwater went straight out of dummy half and ran straight for the wing, passed it off to Taulangi, but then he got caught by our Metcalf. But yeah, I'd love to watch it back and see what everybody's saying about my bro, because I think I love my bro too much. Old Tuopiki. Yes, he's small. He is small, and just like Fa'alongo, he's exposed, right? So Fa'alongo had he set up an amazing try. I think he scored an amazing try as well, but it's not the modern game anymore. The modern game now is people who look like Taulangi, people who look like Kosi, people who look like flipping Saab.
I still think there's a place for Tuopikis though, honestly, at fullback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
He can play 6 as well.
Yes, and that.
Yeah. And I think it was the Warriors that actually started the, when the likes of Manu, Ken, Mamalo, when we had our big wingers and that do the yards, it was the Warriors that started kicking that
prop wingers.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. The fucking the Jonas of rugby league, just
they wish.
Middle wingers.
Yeah, bro. So it was kind of, but yeah, and sorry, not just from the weekend, bro. Probably, some of the comments on the Warriors pages for over the last month. Yeah, he's too small. Yeah, he gives away too much. Yeah, bro. And it's like, oh, okay, interesting. But that's Warriors.
So his post contact meters would be in the negative, I reckon.
What's that, bro?
His post contact meters would be in the negative, I reckon. He gets pushed back a lot in his. I know he steps a lot of people and creates space, but he does get pushed back coming off the wing.
Yeah, but there's heaps of those players on every team, though. You've got those. And, man, I'm just thankful that we've got him there to fill in. I think he's done an awesome job, to be honest. I don't...
I'm not a hater. I rate him highly. Absolutely. Skill levels out the roof.
He's when Shans will retire after 2026. I'm not sure if even RTS is going to be around. We need this guy in the team.
Oh, yeah.
We need him to be in our fullback coming through. So if
favorite position for him,
if
fullback.
We can keep him around. If we can keep him around, which I hope we can. If we can keep the bro around, which I hope we can, then he's going to step into that number 1 jersey. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, bro.
I'm all right with that, though. I'm all right with him. I know it might knock him back a bit. He might, I don't know, be bummed out about it. Well, he obviously might be, but I just think, man, there's nothing wrong with going back to Cup for another year. Or I think 2 years is a bit long for him to spend there, to be honest. But I think the club knows how important Tane is. Surely they're not that.
Oh, we got to have him on the bench, don't we?
Pardon?
On the bench or starting?
I don't think there's a space on the bench, bro.
Yeah, true that. Oh, he'd be so dangerous that last 40, though.
Yeah. What did you guys think of Sam Healy's debut?
He almost won us the bloody game.
Yeah, high energy dude, that one.
A little chip ahead. It was just like if only that second kick was just not so heavy, bro, he would have made that himself. And it's
he was trying to pick it up.
Yeah,
Put the foot to it, brother.
Bro.
I love players like that just take it upon themselves to just do something totally freaking random, and I love that kind of stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish it freaking turned into points for him, but at least he had the nous to just to put his boot to ball.
No, he played well, and and he wasn't even on for long, but he definitely made an impression. Sorry, I've just figured out how to do the whole posting comments. So.
Who's the young fullbacks on the rise?
There's
Doyle. Geronimo.
No, there's one in Halifax. What's his name? I can't remember his first name. Lamana. He's good.
They were raving about him. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bishop Neal, like a Ali Lauatidi almost. But there's a few, but I mean, I think we've always struggled in New Zealand for good halves. We don't have a big pool for halves here in New Zealand. So I saw someone make a comment that we need to start really trying to train up some good Kiwi halves to keep them here in New Zealand.
That's the hardest thing, though. You know,
Yeah,
because
so that'd
the
be
talent,
yeah.
the talent scouts are always hunting. You know, and like if they sniff half on off, like just the kids that are coming up, the young fellas that are coming up, if they come up on anyone's radar, and it only has to be like the Storm, Roosters, Panthers, whatever, Broncos.
Yep.
You know,
Doggies,
they're
all of them.
Bronskis, doggies, yeah. You know,
Now
and
I
again,
know
it's always going to
why
come back
so
to that
many.
talent stuff.
Sorry. Now I know
No,
why
no, no,
so
you
many
got it,
teams come fishing over here for players, because we just, man, the talent's huge. Like, I mean, look at our young boys, you know, Vaimunga, Lika, Blumen, Jacob Laban, and I think I've got a feeling that Tennis Towers Smith might make a debut soon. He's been on, you know, he was 18th man last week. Anyway, he's been named on the extended a few times, so maybe when Mitch goes to Origin, maybe we might see a debut there from Tennis Towers Smith.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did you see the halftime when they were in the sheds and Webby was talking to the team? You know, all the boys are tuned in. Right in the bottom corner, there was fucking Tamati sitting there with his coat on, and he's kind of like, he's got and I felt for him, man, because it's like, yeah, that would suck. Like you're sitting there, just you're the backup. You know, you're the backup. Whether or not you're gonna get on. And it's just like, oh, hang in there, my bro. You know, it's like,
yeah,
hopefully.
I love,
But
I love
our halves are solid at the moment. Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope he picks up a contract somewhere. I was actually thinking, oh man, the Bears are starting up in 2027. I wonder if he'll, you know, if they can't find, you know, maybe he'll get a phone call. But I hope he does get a contract somewhere else.
Yeah, he's obviously not wanted. Skills are not wanted in the first grade.
Yeah, maybe we just wanted to go with, you know, a younger pairing, you know, and with players that have got a high ceiling, you know, and that have still got plenty of years left in their game. Who knows? But yeah, I think our halves were just. But the thing is, you can see that growth every week. You can see it in the way we attack and the way we defend. You just see, every week they're just getting bigger and better.
Yeah. Sorry, Tans, I didn't mean to block you out there. I'm fucking just.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You and Tans, Jazz, absolutely right. So
I know
Isaiah
Bellamy
Katoa also from the Dolphins.
Yeah, Bellamy loves the Kiwis. Heaps of them do.
I'll tell you who I was impressed with on, like, defensive wise: Marata, Barney, Aaron, and even Kurt. And Liquor, more so the second half. Liquor, when we were under the pump, Liquor was fucking hunting, bro, and he was smashing them. And I think Liquor actually done the very last tackle on them where they fumbled it, and it was just like, bro, solid.
Oh yeah, he hit the man coming out the back. Drink water, eh?
Yeah. But his line speed.
His line speed at the last play of the last second of the game was crazy.
But hunting, bro, and it's just like, that's the attitude, these young fellas are bringing, they're fired up, bro. And everyone's fucked, everyone's fatigued, everyone's trying to get that second wind, and he's out there just lining guys up, and it's just like, bro. But those others as well, defensively.
I think Matt, is that Matt asking here to chat? Okay.
I think you might be waiting, bro. Is Matt in?
Matt, sorry.
Because you heard the commentators when we were playing, and I don't know who the commentator was, but he was like, gosh, he was like, Liquor, hell, he was like, he runs with such violence.
Yeah, that's right.
Him and Valmonga. Him and
yes.
Valmonga. Did you see Vaibonga throw I don't know who the tackler was on top of him, but he threw him off with, like, he bench pressed that player.
Yeah.
Pushed him off him, and I was like,
yeah, bro.
Like, bro, the dude must have weighed about 100 kgs, and he just threw him off.
Is that why I only use one arm?
It's just fantastic to see you have that trust in the young players as well. Like, you know, obviously Liquor starting. I'm wondering if Liquor would have started. Sorry, excuse me. If Fish wasn't injured, but I love the call, and I really hope he keeps that starting position when Fish comes back, and maybe move, Marata to the bench, maybe. But I thought Marata had his best first half this season. I thought he was solid as, man.
He's having a good season.
Yeah.
Sorry,
because
fellas,
you know,
I'm just trying to figure out how to get Metten.
I like that middle he's in now, right now, eh? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's doing,
So he could actually
he's
be a
doing well through there.
rotation. When Fish comes back, Marta could actually be he could be like a Jackson Ford off the bench. Those two would be a power punch if they both came off the bench. Can you imagine that? My goodness. That would be hectic.
Sorry, guys. Just adding the bro on. Kia ora, mate.
Kia ora, Matt. How you feeling, mate?
I'm all good. How you guys? Congrats on the win.
Yeah, we're just shitting on your team,
cheers,
bro.
brother.
Nah,
What a game,
Hey,
man.
you said he had some tissues for you, eh?
I got plenty of them, man. Don't worry about that.
Okay, mate.
Been a Cowboys fan for a long time. So.
I reckon that game, had that game gone for another 5, the Cowboys.
Oh, we need the tissues.
100%.
Man, if we didn't have Jake Clifford throw the worst intercept pass I've ever seen in my life.
That was hilarious, that one.
Oh,
yeah.
I could see him just standing there waiting for it. I'm like, come on, bud.
Hey, I said this before, bro, and I don't know if you noticed it, but actually, first of all, how's old Griffin Neem's season been going, my bro?
He's good, but like I said last week, he's good for that one error every game, and sure enough, it came out.
Yeah.
So with Cotter probably taking a ban for his shoulder charge, the theory is to start him so he gets that error out of the way quickly instead of 20 minutes into the game comes in.
Right. Yeah. But it was, so Ruben Cotter, that charge he done, and it was like, but the ref didn't call it, and it was just like, fuck, really?
Yeah, once the tackle, or once the that play, kept going on, and they'd gone back to review it, and they said, "Oh yeah, you might be in a bit of trouble here." And sure enough, if it was last week, it would have been sick. Sure.
Is he suspended now, Ruben Cotter?
Because last week there would have been 5 or 6 yellow cards.
2 weeks, I think, if he takes the early guilty. So.
But your boys did solid in the second half, mate. I was actually and trust me, I wasn't the only fan, but I was shitting myself. I was like, oh no, fuck, man. I was freaking out. But your boys were solid in the second half.
I was too, but
just not enough time.
I know a lot of people that were in your position, all the bros back home, and that they were giving it to me at half time, and I sort of said, it's a big hill to climb, and don't write us off just yet.
Yeah, bro.
I was still nervous at half time.
Something that we've been known for a long time. The Cowboys have done that second half team.
That's a coach killer, bro. It's
I don't know about 5 minutes. I think 100%. I think that the middle 25 minutes to that second half was, we had everything start the second half very well. Obviously, the non-call of Tauangi's foot in the air.
Oh, bro. Honestly, it's just
when saying his foot was on. The momentum had swapped back to the Wires anyway, where they knocked that and it was they had no chance getting back in there. But if it wasn't for in that first half, going down that leaky right edge of ours.
Mate.
I said last week that's what they're going to do, and that's what they did.
But
like I said,
every team's got. Yeah. That one and the Storm and Raiders one. That one. Those two were the elite ones. And
I did have
even the commentators, they couldn't stop talking about us.
The Broncos, bro, they got thrashed. I was just like, holy. Man.
Yeah, apparently it was Kevy Walters' fault, the reason why they're so bad, eh?
I reckon
Yeah,
it was the coach's fault. It was the coach's fault. That's the reason why they're sacked them, because they're so bad.
I definitely didn't see that coming, eh? That was messed up, bro. That was messed up.
So I'm just checking out some of these Cowboys just need to be consistent in defence, and I agree. Someone metalhead, like last season, the Cowboys started pretty bad, bro, and they ended up making
100.
And we said this last week. They ended up making the finals last year as well. So they're not a team to, to just sweep under the carpet. Because, man, when they're at their best, they're probably one of the best attacking teams in the competition, without a doubt, actually.
Yeah, they're terrifying.
Yeah, fuck
What's
yeah.
that, Jacko? You stress too much, Tanya. What will be, will be. What do I stress about? Sorry, I'm lost now.
Nah, there was a couple of comments back there, Todd.
The game.
Bro, I was gonna say too.
Oh no,
sorry, bro. So one of the Cowboys tries, and I wanted to get your honest opinion on this, Matt. But that try where they scored, Taulagi scored, and Tane was in the air.
Oh, the
And,
Nanai try.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even the commentators like, yeah, no, that was all good. I was like, because I fucking looked it up as well in regard to the rules. It was, yeah, that was fucked up, bro.
The ball bouncing fields.
It was but like Tane's in the air and he swept his leg.
I thought it was fine.
Well, kind of half-assed pulled out at the last second, whatever. But I was like, bro, I'm sure that should have been a fucking penalty.
Yeah, no, for sure it should have been. I agree, but I just think with the crackdown.
Nah, Tane should have
held
that.
Crackdown on the refs. I think with the crackdown on the refs, the bunker pretty much didn't get involved much in the weekend. Not with any game really. They pretty much just stayed out of it and done their job, which is to check tries. So had it have gone up to the bunker, definitely it probably would have been called, and probably the one by Taulagi when he had his foot or didn't have his foot on the line. But yeah, I actually thought the officials, the games flowed way better. Like, yeah.
I'd have to say praise the Lord or hallelujah, whatever. Hopefully that bunker stays the same for the rest of the year. Stay out of the game till there's a try.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse when the whistle is just bloody when they've got it in their
Random.
mouth constantly and all the stop-start. It just throws the game out of whack. All the momentum, stops. It's just, bro, and that's why we all love footy, right? Just how it just flows and it's hard and tough and blooming, yeah. So they just need to stop having a tutu with it.
Yes.
I like to talk about Dearden's try because that's a try that other teams have done on us quite a few times. They've split our middles, right? We've seen that, We've seen that time and time
and it's
again.
always the first try.
And Jackson Ford's.
Sorry, yeah, I agree. Yes.
It's always the first one. I think Clark has been split. I think Ford's been split. Valmonga's been split. I think even Fish. I think Fish has even let a try in there.
Yeah.
That is an area of the game where we're on our line. They didn't just go straight through in schools and just like, bro, I've seen this try before. Yeah. And Jackson Ford's shaking his head, and Valmonga's shaking his head, and I'm just like, bro, you guys need to sort it out. Just shake your heads, shake your heads at each other.
Exactly in the Tigers game when Whanoi Pole went over. There, it's happened every game, bro. So you're dead right, every game, and I was just like, bro, like what a,
every game, bro.
Yeah, you need to tighten up in front of those sticks, mate.
He ran at the teeth of our defense, and it's like fuck, and beat them. But yeah, just the class of the win.
We finished the first half with a 93% completion rate, and to do that in the rain, it was fantastic. But we finished the game.
And 12 months ago, we didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
But we finished the game with an 80% completion rate. So it just shows how much we dipped off in the second half.
I thought for the conditions, both teams played so well.
Yeah, I thought
like the ball handling from both teams in the conditions, especially that first half. Where you guys missed one set and we'd missed none or something, and it's like it started raining, it was sloppy. There's that patch of the field at the end of the field which was slop. Then it pissed down, and then you're still completing over 90%. That's and then Griffin Neem came on, of course, but
Can we just talk about the bro just for a moment, bro? Because like I don't watch your games, and I do love him only because he's from over here. But there were 4 guys in the tackle. Obviously, he peels off because he's not needed. Him and I think it was your second row. I think it's McIntyre.
McIntyre long here. Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, so they both peel off. Neem goes first, but he runs back with his back turned, and then of course he gets the ball out to Metcalf. Metcalf runs straight towards Neem and steps him, and before Neem could do anything, he was like, "Gone, bro." And I was like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
Yeah. There's those
But
moments.
that happened, like you said, and that happened. The same thing happened to us with Jackson Ford when he turned his back on.
Mm.
What game was that in? Oh,
Yeah, bro.
I can't remember now, but yeah.
We've done it heaps of times.
Yeah, I reckon.
Not just him either. Not just him.
Yeah, that's true, bro. That is very true.
It's probably because the Ford's always looking behind them for a holding.
Anyway, right.
But it was just good to see us come out there and attack because we've been a really defensive focused team, I think, this year. Like we don't have that flashy attack that we have. So to come out and put on 5 tries in the first half was awesome. And I think a lot of that was on the back of Metcalf, man. And I just, his superpower is his running game,
Yeah.
And he knows that now. We all know that it's like that's what you need to be doing. And I think I don't know, maybe Webster was like, bro, you look at Tom Dead and we need to fight fire with fire and just, go out there and use their game against them kind of thing. Because I don't think I've seen Metcalf run that much this season in one half, in the first half of the game. So yeah, man, and that set the platform for the rest of the first 40 minutes. Second half was they didn't really come out with the same intent, I don't know why. Maybe they were tired, cold, who knows. The Warriors, we dipped off in the attacking. Like we didn't even score a try in the second half, but I do put that a bit down to Clark going off and Berry, his injury, and having to change some positions there, but yeah,
like once the momentum swung, what I really liked was just that defensive effort, and it's always going to be like a there's that saying, tries win games, but defense wins premierships, and it's like the way they defended, if they could just carry that through. Mate, if the Warriors play a game this season where they just blow teams off the park, then choice, score magic tries, whatever. But if we can defend the way we did against the Cowboys for the rest of the season, we're going to be a hard team to beat, man.
Kick chase, I reckon, brother. Kick chase is a good indicator of attitude, and theirs was outstanding the whole night.
Yeah, even under fatigue, even under the pump, and they're fucked and they've got to get up there. The boys are just, I just noticed something I mentioned to Matt on review when we're defending. I noticed a lot of our boys are their technique in regards to how quick they're trying to get off players. It's a real art to it because it's their balance between trying to hold the player down but getting off him as fast as you can. And I really think doing the review, our boys have kind of got their balance just right at the moment because the ref isn't, because you can always hear the refs calling one of our players or 2 of our players for most games, but he said fuck all in the weekend, and the boys are rolling out. I don't know the science behind it, but they've got the timings just right for in regards to defense. Just something I noticed.
I think our ruck has cleaned up. Has cleaned up massively. I think like even in our 2023 hype season, our ruck was real messy. It was like real messy. Whereas like teams like the Storm have always got like a really clean way they enter into tackles.
They control it,
real clean. Where we're like they control it, and I think we're kind of starting to get there. I think that's what you're alluding to. One thing I did want to mention as amazing as Drinkwater is, I think on attack he's really, really good. But Matt, did you think that he was slightly out of position in that first try to Corsi and then the second try to Metcalf? It was almost as if he was playing marker when he could have been a little bit back. I don't know. Am I tripping or?
No, definitely. I thought he played a part in letting those first two in.
Okay.
The first one, I believe, so Clifford Bateman, Varlea, and Drinkwater was too far on the left side of the field, seeing what was happening out the back. But no, he definitely has those moments in him where he
like attack. Bro. He's amazing.
Attack, but like I said, at the start of the game, he was off. I think he had like 27 run meters at halftime. And then, he ended up with 5 try assists, 5 line breaks or whatever, Like,
yeah. No, he's
numbers
like,
again, but
yeah. Even him noticing that Tane Tuopiki was in the tackle and then him coming out of dummy half straight away and just making a beeline for that wing, right? And then Chance was coming over way too late and then he gave it off to Tolangi and obviously he didn't score, but no, he's a class player, bro. Definitely. Drinkwater's Achilles heel is his D, which is why he will never play Origin. Oh, Jacko's coming in. Jacko's coming in with some knowledge here, bro.
Got about 10 fullbacks ahead of him anyway, so I don't think he's really worried.
Who would Drinkwater? Is he a New South Welshman or a Queenslander?
Yeah, he's New South Wales. Okay. We're already going to lose enough for Origin, so to lose a fullback as well wouldn't be great.
Yeah, you guys are going to be depleted, bro. So who's going to be in the team? Let's run through them.
So Taulangi.
Yep.
Robson, maybe. Cotter.
Dearden.
Dearden's
got to be in there somewhere.
I hope so for him.
Well, your team's going to be bloody reserves, bro. You're going to have the reserves running out.
Cotter, Nanai, maybe.
Matt, can I ask you a question?
It's a lot.
Reserve time.
As a Queenslander, like, would you get does it frustrate you, like, if Dearden got chosen for Origin and they had him as 18th man, does that annoy you? Because then if, like, at club level, you're losing that specialist halfback, so that puts you guys at risk at club level.
And he's not even playing.
Do you find that irritating when they choose one of your best players and they don't even play?
Yes and no. Like last year, he obviously played with out, and I think he came back to the club a stronger player than he was when he went to Origin. Cool. And depending on if we get a bye, because we generally have a bye around the Origin. I think we have a bye around the first one. It gives the young blokes a chance to step up, and they did real well last year. I think it was when like Purdue had his first couple of games last year and he beat the Roosters away or something like that. And,
he played 5A too.
So
yeah, because he's a half as well, isn't he? Purdue?
Yeah,
he's a half as well. Is that right?
He's a natural half. But for that aspect, you get some of the younger, the fringe guys that have been there waiting for the opportunity. They'll either crack it or they don't. It's tough because we generally lose between 5 and 8 players every year. And that's been constant probably since
that's your starting
2000s.
lineup. Wow.
Yeah. So you've always had your Matt Scotts, your JTs, your even like your Brent Tates, and going back then, and you lose a lot.
Yeah.
But you get some you uncover some gems that you don't know about it until they get that opportunity. So I mean that's where someone like Michael Morgan would have come through that as well. He was never the first choice half. He come through, and then behind say JT and like Ray Thompson, Rob Louis, and then come through behind them. Gets that opportunity, and then Coot goes down with a season-ending injury at the Nines, plays fullback for a year, and then he's 5'8" going until he had to retire. So that side is good of it because you get those guys, but then you obviously want to put your best team on the park every week.
Yeah,
it's more frustrating if they all go away and then Queensland get dicked, and then the Cowboys get dicked. So then that's not great. But,
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough.
I'm just looking at Jazz's comment here. I've always backed Mets for 7 as well, as much as people were against. It's gone. Oh, we're against it and saying that he's a straight up 6. Yes, Jazz, I was one of those people. I always said, nah, he's not a 7-8. He can't run the team. He needs to stay at 6. And he made me eat my words. And yeah, man. So now I'm just going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything bad or pass judgment on any player because I obviously do not know what the F I'm talking about. So yeah, he was awesome, Jazz.
Oh, I was there with you. Metcalf's only turned me into a big fan, especially against the Cowboys and the week before too. The running of the team and his defense as well. It's been pretty good.
Absolute gun half is. I was just saying, out, guys, it's my quick chat, but I've got to bounce.
Thanks for jumping in there.
I hope to see you guys in the
hope we see you there too, brother.
Yeah. Finals footy, here we
go.
Thanks for jumping in, Matt.
Just before the
thank you, Matt. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see
Kia
you
ora,
again
buddy.
anyway.
Ka kite.
Later, bro.
Hey, ka kite, cuz. Hey, guys, I didn't realize the young. Remember that young prop they had over there? His name was Fine
Oh yes.
I didn't realize he's
the Dolphins
gone.
now.
He's gone to the Dolphins.
Oh, hey.
Right. I didn't even, because I was as Matt was talking, I was like, where the hell's that young prop or young second rower that you said? I started looking him up, and the bro's gone over to the Dolphins. When did that happen? Obviously at the beginning of the season, but fuck.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, speaking of young guns, has
Well, it was 2 seasons ago when Samoan Language Week when Luke Metcalf come out with the Luka Mikiafu. So
this one Speaking of young guns, I mean, it's good this kid's gone over to the Dolphins, but has anyone heard anything, even in the chat? Has anyone heard anything about Zion Mai'u'u?
It's been
no.
Does anyone know what's happening with the bro?
Doggy?
Has he run onto the field? Has he touched the ball?
I think he had a game. This was probably a month ago now. For New South Wales Cup Bulldogs. I was meant to watch it, but I can't remember why I didn't watch it now. But I know he was named back then, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, if anyone else, I'm interested to know that too. Actually, we could ask Brody, guys, in the chat.
I just want to see what
we should ask Brody to see how he's going over there.
He's the forgotten warrior.
Man. Yeah. He's got a high ceiling, mate. Far out. He could.
I mean,
he could. He's like another Spencer Leniu, old Zion Mai'u'u.
Oh heck yeah!
Potential. Yeah. It'd be nice to see him run out and get some minutes and.
Well, we were all waiting, hanging out to see him.
But anyway,
make it into our top team, and do the whole wrecking ball, fucking destroy teams and stuff. And then he was gone. I was just like, oh wow, okay, that was sad, bro. That was sad.
He's not a great trainer.
Anyway,
oh, okay, then Jacko's. But didn't Zion put in the request to leave because his mum moved to Australia or something like that? I don't think it was the team passed him up. I think he asked to be asked for the release. Maybe someone in the chat, if you know, can you correct me if I'm wrong? So he's saying not fit enough to make the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Tahi, are you one of the trainers, cuz? Are you running out there training the pros? If you're one of these guys on the inside, I want to know, cuz.
Some free tickets.
Look, there's no guarantees he might have even. I mean, there's no guarantees he might have been in the first grade, and if he was in the first grade, then maybe Leka might not be in the team. I don't know.
They were hiding Leka pretty well,
an endurance team. Okay.
Oh, what was that, Tom?
They were hiding him pretty well. Like, apart from the debut that he made last year against the Dog, made a huge impact there. I really knew much about him, but mate, I'm just so glad.
I don't think they were hiding him, but I think if you watch cup games, it's hard to see. Like, if someone's a wrecking ball in the cup game, there's no guarantees there'll be a wrecking ball in the upside. But he's come through and been a wrecking ball.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Does that mean? Does that also mean because he played last year, he can't get?
Does that
mean that he can't get Rookie of the Year?
What do you mean?
Little bit, I think, maybe.
No.
A little bit.
No, I don't think he can get Rookie of the Year.
Does that mean the bro can't get a Rookie of the Year? Nah, because he played last year. He played that one game,
Yeah.
He played that one game in against the Doggies and almost scored, so he can't get it. Ratchet.
Interesting, my bro. Interesting.
Well,
yeah. Okay, this weekend. Warriors versus the Dragons. So
Dragons that don't breathe fire this year, that's for sure.
Let's not write them off.
Someone in here asked before if Christian Tuipulotu was back for the Dragons. I don't know because, well, we'll see tomorrow when the team list comes out, but I hope not. But our team
I think we got the Dragons covered, eh? I'm pretty confident with that one.
Yeah, should be a good game, my bro. Yeah, should be a good game. Saturday night.
I do say this every week though, so you know.
I've said it every week the last 20 years. So.
1995, baby, Brisbane Broncos. We out.
Did anyone see Jaden Sewers ball when he went for that try this weekend?
He was in the clear, eh? He had no one in front of him.
I hope that happened. Yeah.
It wasn't stripped.
Yeah,
it was
and then they scored off it.
Right.
Yeah. But then the Tigers gathered the ball and were gone. And I was just like,
that's great.
That's, from and it was just like, wow, really, bro? Just the sort of bloopers. Like, fucking up the try is one thing, but fucking up the try and then the opposition score was just like, wow. You didn't see,
Yeah, but
where was teammates?
No one interfered with the play, mate. You just lost it. But every time we do score predictions now, I think I always hear you Leo, in the back of my head when you're like, there's no games, mate. No easy games in footy. So, this is another tough test, I reckon. I've got some strength, in the Dragons. You got.
Oh, it's away as well. Let's be honest, we don't travel well.
It's away.
Yeah.
It's away.
Yeah.
Well, traditionally we don't travel well, but we're doing all right.
Okay.
The halves aren't too hot shit either, to be honest. So, we could actually pump them in this game. Be good if we can. I'd love to see our boys put a whooping on someone.
Well, they put their 40 minutes together for 80. They'll be done.
Yeah.
I
just want to see a good. If they string together another really staunch, fucking strong ass defensive effort, that's where my fucking I want to put the bets on.
Greg Hook, Dragon 1635.
Greg's kicked us.
Well, and it depends who's back. Like we could have Dallin back tomorrow. We could have, we could have all three of them back tomorrow.
This is the
Dallin,
thing.
Fish, and RTS.
This is the thing, Tans, if they all come back, I'm actually more
Same.
nervous.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, same.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because we're all going to assume that, yes, we're going to pump that. Then usually, it's gone badly for us sometimes when all our star players come back. Yeah, the interesting lineup would be interesting though to see who covers Rocco Berry and the like.
Can I channel my inner Damien? I'm going to channel my inner Damien right now and say something. Why can't those guys, except for Fish, go down to Cup for 2 games?
Who?
Oh, for Dallin and Roger.
Who goes?
For Dallin and Roger, why can't those two go to Cup for 2 games? Actually, not RTS, but Dallin. Dallin hasn't touched the ball all season.
Yeah. Kind of work his way back into it. It's
just to get his fitness.
I've never thought of that. I actually quite like that.
Get his fitness
I quite like that.
Bro. His fitness ain't there.
He
hasn't touched the ball all season. He hasn't come on the field. Why does he walk straight in?
Well,
I'm sure
especially with a winning team as well. So, like I said, I quite like that.
Nolan just said Rocco and Ali out for a few years. So both our centres have gone as well. Rocco, Ali.
Oh, so, yeah, true that.
Ali's gone.
Yeah, well, because remember,
is it official?
Well, just according to the comment here, is out for because he done his ankle at training, so he won't be back in now. Rocco, so that's both our starting centres are out. So, man.
Rocco, man, he just can't get it. I just feel sorry for him.
Same, bro.
He just can't put it together. He just can't win. Can't win at the moment.
He's a hell of a bloody defensive centre too. Sorry, mate, my dog just walked in and decided he wanted to try and get on camera. How to, bro?
Curdy Kate will be moved out to centre. Jacob Laban, he was out for a HIA thing, so he'll be back.
He has to come in.
He'll be back. So maybe
he has to come back.
Start at centre and interesting.
Moala maybe he has to get a call up, right? Because you can't have Capewell just on the centres.
Yeah, I think he'd be good. Well, it's either him or Morgan Harper. I think I prefer MGT, to be honest. Mind you,
Or slide Adam back into centre, and we just got to find the wing, I suppose.
I
think who else?
I like Adam at centre too.
I love Adam at centre. I love Adam kicking.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I didn't want to mention the kicking because Metcalf's play well, but wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He needs a kicking coach, mate. He definitely needs a kicking coach. He hasn't got one, obviously.
Yeah.
He was a lot better this week. I think he
did
was
all right
2 from 7. So bloody hell, that's better than 1 from 5. So, hey, I've called him for his hard mate. Like it shows that he's been practicing far out, man, and because he needs.
I reckon he kicked the big 51, mate. He's won me over for a few more weeks yet.
To centre, Leka the Reka plays.
Well, if we
I reckon Wala.
Yeah, I reckon Leka the Reka played centre.
Yeah.
He did play centre. Yeah. Yes, he did. But bloody hell, he can't play everything.
And he's been good every time Wala came in. Well, last season when he came in and played centre, he was awesome, man.
Solid.
Didn't he? He actually played centre for us at the Magic Round last year, didn't he? And we won that game.
Who's that?
NGT.
Wala.
Didn't he play in Magic Round next year? Last year, sorry.
We had a heap of New South Wales boys in there. So yeah, probably I can't remember, to be honest.
Remember, bro.
Is Jacko Halligan works with Mets kicking?
Wow.
Is that for real?
Well, he does
hang
around.
Thought maybe need to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So he still does the kicking coaching.
Like Jared Halligan, he does. Because obviously he's still with the Doggies. He does do a bit of work with the Warriors. There's a couple more clubs that he kind of like contracts himself up to, whatever. Yeah.
He's all over the place.
When that technique is good, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but when it's poor, it's very poor.
It might probably be different kicking in the rain too. I remember
it's a stone's throw.
Yeah, because I could kick those goals all day long.
Mate. Yeah, thank you. And they're going to be important later in the season. The brother's got to kick those.
I remember SJ saying, I think it might have been on his podcast, how he was saying, especially in the wet, like your boots are heavier, you're fatigued, and so I was like, and just all those little. That's
where technique becomes a lot more important. Yeah.
But it was just
which is where he's lacking a little bit.
It's just interesting how he pointed out those things because as fans, those are probably things that we don't take into consideration. The boots being wet, the ball being, the ground and everything. So I was just like, okay, then that's a fair point. So, but yeah, he was much better.
So have we got any?
Go practice in the rain.
Team.
Any predictions? I think without Tuipulotu, Gutherson,
Is
Holmes
Gutherson out?
is going to be no. I'm just saying Gutherson, Holmes, Tyrell Sloan is a problem anyway. Even with who's it, Moses Suli centers. I think they're a problem anyway. If we really nail down in their strike players, they're going to be a problem.
Sorry, Jacko.
And their back five anyway.
What are you saying there, Nick?
I'm saying we're going to do them, bro. Easy.
Right.
Easy. It's not going to be a high scorer. I reckon we're going to go. I reckon it's going to be a war, bro. 22-16.
22.
That's me.
Lock it in.
Put in my.
22-16.
You want to write me down?
Bro,
You want to write me up? Write me up. Take the receipts. Take the receipts, bro. 22-16. It's going to be a bit of a war.
Nice. I like that, my bro. Yeah, Halligan has been kicking pitch for years. Yeah.
So what?
Hey, I'm not kicking underneath that pressure. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to bag him. It's just from a technical point of view, from what I see, it's a little bit off.
What's it called? It's like the whole critical analysis, which is always good. It's always a good thing to have. When you can see that sort of thing. I'll go next, bro. I reckon. I'm never gonna bet against the Warriors, bro. Never. So that's the first given.
No.
I'm gonna go against the Dragons. Yeah, they did have the wood on us for a while there, but 28-14, my bro. Wow. Plucking out of
forecast
the
cloudy and partial rain Saturday, apparently.
Also, could be another week one. I think it'll be a close scoring game.
Could be another straight through the middle.
Mind you, could we blow them out of the park?
We
haven't had a blowout since we played Manly. Maybe I might go for a 34-24 Warriors.
34-24 tons.
Yeah, Warriors. Yeah.
Nice.
I think with their lack of halves that they are currently playing with, but they're not going to score enough points to beat us. And if we can take the same attitude we've got the last couple of weeks with ours, I'm going to say 28-10.
28-10.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
What, you don't rate Cole Flanagan?
Nah, not at this current stage. He's listening to Daddy too much. I think he's a lot of kicking, a lot of standing still. He's not moving on to the ball. It's his job, Get some forward momentum for his own forwards.
Sorry, bro. Just seen Zach score. It's like, this guy.
Holy Yoza. He doesn't.
It's not out of.
I think we do for a big
Whoa.
With the way that
to be honest.
Yeah, we haven't yet. It's not out of the question if we get those roll-ons through the middle, like we have been, with Aaron Clark sniping around, causing havoc.
Yep.
It's not out of the.
And I'm going to go.
It's inside us. It's
that first 40 showed it on Saturday night.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, bro.
I'm going to go Aaron Clark anytime try scorer as well.
Sure.
Ooh.
I'm going to put him down for any time. Man, the guy gets so close every game, but he never gets his prize. So I'm going to put him down for a try.
He's due for a couple.
Definitely.
But he's scored a few this year, hasn't he?
He set a few up, bro.
Has he not?
No, I don't think he has scored a try this year.
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
Every time I think about him scoring a try, it's the one he scored against us when he bulldogs nose through.
Bro, honestly, when he was playing for the Titans, he would just wreak havoc when he played the Warriors. He
did.
He was on a mission, bro, just to make a point.
Yeah.
He was just like, fuck this
Pay
guy.
me more money when I come back.
Yeah, I'll show them. I'll show these
bro,
guys.
hard.
Well, actually, in saying that, look where it's got him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably came to the club as the second pick, 13, to be honest, and took over.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yep.
Like he said, he's really happy and backed him to be a starting lock. So, and I think it's really boosted his confidence, and I think that's why he's just playing so well. Is because he's like, these guys believe in me. They gave me, they gave me a big position to fill, so I'm going to do that, man. And man, he needs to be in the conversation at this point of the season for lock of the year, I reckon, because he's been one of the best locks this season.
That Canberra. Oh no, he's not playing lock, is he? He plays 12. I think that. What's that Canberra player? Is he English? The lock that's playing over there, or the second row?
Is it Young? Young? No. Oh.
So who was the other one? Sorry.
Morgan Smithies.
Oh no. What the hell?
Should have Damien.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh, can't think of his name. He'd be going around as the best 12.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh, Matty Nicholson?
No.
Oh, Hudson Young.
It's not the Englishman. Yeah, is that Hudson Young?
Hudson Young, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a good
My wife's just telling me in the background that she said that.
I just said that to you.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, she's got more better chat than me, mate, I'll tell you.
All good, bro. All good. Yeah.
He's coming on next time.
Apparently you have to come on next time, darling.
Yeah.
I don't do public speaking.
It's not, you're only talking to 4 people. It's 3. I'm one of them. It's all good.
Right. Okay.
You just don't think about the live application out there.
Yeah, bro. Oh, we got some good scores though.
Round 10. Yeah, so we've got We've got Dragons, then the Dolphins, is it? And then we've got the Raiders in round 12 at home. That is going to be a huge.
Did you see my post? Did you see my post I put up? That game is going to be a war.
Yeah.
That's going to be like 2 heavyweight boxers absolutely going for it.
100%.
It'll be a sellout, and I reckon that crowd will be pumping. That's going to be probably a huge game, man.
That's where you wish we had a 60,000 seat stadium or something.
Yeah,
they'd fill it.
And
yeah, easily, bro. Man.
Yeah,
that's going to be a war. A big old-fashioned war.
Yeah,
right. Well, I've got everyone's. What's that, Tons?
No, nothing. I was just talking out loud, thinking out loud. Sorry.
I've got everyone's predictions so far, so I think that's we've locked them in. Good to see everyone's all back in the Warriors. I like that. Saturday night 7:30. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a goodie, my bro. It's gonna be a goodie.
Saturday night 7:30. Yo.
Yeah. Sorry, is that 7:30?
I should be back from golf to with it, then, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good time. That's a good time.
Yeah, 7:30 is a good time.
That's a good time for me.
Oh, that's a morning watch for you, eh?
NRL. Yeah, bro, 9:30 in the morning, so I'm having breakfast.
Not a bad way to have breakfast, eh?
Yeah, what a nice way to start the day.
TV on.
Yeah.
It's actually, the funny thing is, guys, it's actually a really nice way to start the day. Even if we lose, it's okay. It's just like, oh well, then I just get on with my day. But it's those games where it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm not
get the replay after.
Yeah. When do players leave for Origin? Maybe Raiders be missing a couple. Okay.
Well.
Really?
I think it'd be round 14, wouldn't it? Round 13, 14, because I think Origin's round 15.
Yeah, no, that's
usually kicks off
like
around June.
No, that's too early for Origin.
It's usually around June, though, eh?
Because the Raiders game is at the end of the month.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Raiders game's at the end of the month. The 25th.
Oh yeah, no, the Origin will be after that, wouldn't it? Yeah.
This month,
no, it's gonna be another month away.
Origin
We lack speedsters when it comes to the Raiders.
No, it'll be more June times.
We lack speedsters when it comes to anyone, bro. Stiffy. Bro, we lack speedsters anyway, except for Tane. Except for Lukey, obviously.
18th
yeah,
of June.
Lukey.
Miles away.
Oh, Origin first game into May.
18th of June.
Wow.
Oh, is it? It just goes to show
Bro,
how much
I'd always thought it was,
don't care about Origin.
End of May. Are you
Fuck,
sure, Jacko? Because I just
Yeah, I've not heard it that early before.
Yeah. Always
Oh,
mid-year.
sorry. Origin game 2. Sorry.
Oh, shot.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah.
I reckon if we go in with that attitude, Zach, of like, let's get some revenge.
Yeah.
I reckon if we go in with that attitude of like, let's go and smash them because of what happened in Vegas, we'll
and
just
I don't
lose.
think.
I think if we go in with the attitude,
and I don't think Uncle's like that either. Like Webby's very much about the lessons to be learnt. He definitely doesn't buy into like the emotion of occasions or shit like that. He'll give the boys their assignments, what they have to do for that particular game, particular players, whatever. But yeah. And the Raiders, to be fair, bro, the Raiders done us a huge favor with their beatdown, because it's
Just listening to the rhetoric from the boys afterwards in commentary, mate, you can hear the talk within the team. There's no way it's going to be about revenge. It'll be about their systems, what they do, what they're doing well, and just sticking to that.
Yeah,
exactly. Just another game.
Yeah.
Just another game, boys.
And I love that.
Same 80
regardless
minutes.
of whether they win or lose, even if they have a big ass win, it's like on to the next assignment.
The chat's pretty good out of there, eh?
And it's
because we.
Sorry, bro. Go.
Yeah, but I just want us to, and I think it's happening. Like us getting our systems in, us doing these types of things. Move away from a team that's just hot and cold, because we're still a hot and cold team, right? Like we just had a really good win, and then we can go out to the Dragons and get absolutely pumped. We're just that team. We're traditionally that team. I want us to move away from that.
100%.
I don't care if we lose. It's just a matter in which we lose. Sometimes we just switch off, boom, and then we've got 4 tries that we need to chase, and it's just like, it's you guys again.
And that next man up mentality, eh? Sorry, Dale.
No, you're right, bro. It is the next man up. But that whole defensive, because we were leaking some soft tries even obviously last year, but leading into the
first round this year.
Yeah, but like it's been a focal point, and the boys have, like, even then, again, I'm going to take it back to the tackling, but we are wrapping guys up, especially those guys that are notorious offloaders, so you can guarantee this weekend there'll be guys wrapped up around the ball carrier, but especially around making sure they don't get their ball out or making it harder for them. There's going to be.
That's how Canberra killed us in that first game in Vegas. It was their offload.
Yeah,
I can't remember what the count was, but it was astronomical against us.
That was crazy.
Same with
and even the.
But I think I noticed the big difference in that when we played the Broncos, how we were ripping up the players and ripping up the ball. That was really clear that they'd worked on that during that, whatever the week. So I think we're just going to get better, honest.
Yeah, like
we haven't even. That's the biggest excitement for me, to be honest. Normally, I'm watching a Warriors side peaking round 5, 6, 7. Like, they're not even a half step there. I think they're in first gear still, to be honest. Yeah. After watching that 40 minutes on Saturday, I'd tell you that was impressive.
Yeah.
Room for improvement.
And like round 10, we've still got 16, 17 rounds to go. It's like, holy. It's,
I do think though that if Fish was in that team on the weekend, the score or the control perhaps would have been a lot different, especially when he'll come back on again in the second half. When he comes back on again, it's different. It's slowed down. It's more controlled. It's
percentage rugby league. He plays a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
Leads the team a lot. That you can see him talking to his halves a lot. He's awesome leader.
Heck yeah, bro. And
he doesn't even have to say much.
So I can't wait for him to come straight back.
He just stands there. But I think
I'm
in the press conference when Barney said, how they stuck it out, but their ceiling's really high. Like he said, we haven't even reached, anywhere near and that's really exciting as a fan, because even we can see it as fans that you haven't even reached your ceiling. That's good. I'm glad we're finally building consistency, because we want to be the team where we want to be one of those that are in the top 4 or the top 8 for years to come, and really dominate the.
Yeah, well, I'm
the
hoping
NRL.
Webby's building a club, not a team. I think he is building the club. That next man up mentality is exactly what Melbourne's had for years. Didn't matter who was in the team. Penrith Panther had it for the last 5. They've been doing that same thing. Doesn't matter who's in the team. Fill the role, do your job.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, bro.
Well, I think.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's a very much I just want to see the boys do the same thing for at least the next 4 or 5 rounds, maybe 6 rounds. If we can consistently do what we've done over the last 3 weeks, it's just gonna hold us nicely moving towards the playoffs. When's Fish back? I think round 11.
Yeah, they were looking around 11, They did say that the other night.
Yeah.
We could have Dallin back this weekend.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and RTS are back, Roundel and Laban this week.
Oh, okay. So Dallin's back.
More than I'm back. Yes.
What's Laban's starting position? It is second row?
Laban, he's a second row.
Yep. Well, I haven't seen him play anything
I'm just thinking in the Kura, if we keep him through the middle. Mate, that Laban, I like that Laban too, I think we keep the Kura through the middle and use those young fellas on the outsides.
I'm not playing a prop.
Even if it's off the bench, mate, it doesn't matter. Him and Bunty coming off the bench, punching holes after the other 2 go off. I like the look of that.
He hasn't put Marata in the prop rotation since.
Oh, it's been a while.
I don't know when, but he's now moved him as a prop in the last game or so, but he hasn't been in that prop rotation, bro. He's always been the second row. So I'd like to see him as a
he's
prop,
big enough. Just what those exciting young outsides are doing, those locks. Mate,
Then you bring those other guys in. Yep. Yeah, because Lekker's in the lock.
Imagine that as your bench.
Laban's in there as well. We put
and the Kura covers lock as well. So, if you've got injuries through there, he can cover lock as well. Outsides.
And Vaimonga in the prop rotation. Yep, I see that. Yep. Then it's always that question mark over who's the last man on that bench, I suppose.
Well, I think there'll always be a question on that, depending on the team, really, isn't it? You're playing against. I think you picked that man for.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to see.
Sorry.
No, I'm just wondering if see a bit more of Healy from now on. Webby has said,
Oh, he's your last man on the bench. Oh.
Egan can't play. Realistic for Egan to play 80 minutes every game. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a lot more of Healy on the bench, which would be awesome. He showed he's got it to step up in the in the big game. So yeah. As always,
this is going to sound like
a good call, Jacko.
This is just me thinking out loud, and this is my little conspiracy. But I wonder if if Webby knows, or if the New South Wales camps reached out to him about Egan, and because that would.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because then Healy can step in if he does get pulled into camp. I'd slot him in.
Oh, yeah, good point. Good point. I see what you mean now about giving him. Is this why he's giving him game time round about now to prepare him for?
I know. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Good point.
Because he is playing well. Egan's playing well. Yeah. And if we lose him, then at least Healy steps. What's happened to Freddie Lussick? It's like, bro.
I think Aaron Clark's the good dummy half too. Don't count him out as a
Yeah, bro.
Lussick is actually he's played it. When I watched New South Wales Cup, he was playing prop for New South Wales Cup. Oh, Freddie Lussick.
Like, who? Damn.
Freddie Lussick was playing prop for New South Wales Cup a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And he scored a try too.
That was about 2 games ago. He was
for Cup.
Wow. That's the problem when you've got way too much talent, eh? It's like, we'll just chuck you wherever.
Yeah, our cup team's ridiculous, man. Our cup team is ridiculous.
They're carving up.
Got first graders in there.
Yeah, that's right. And they're all chomping at the bits, and they want to be playing in their top team. So
And who, like Jacko here, we may lose Laban or one like him after signing Gannon, which has got a good point. There's big raps on that boy.
That's the Pommy kid, eh?
Very
Kid
good
coming
point.
from England.
Yeah, he's got huge raps. Yeah. It's a
it's
bit of a coup that we signed him, to be honest, because his club tried very, very hard to keep him.
Wait, who is he playing for, bro?
He's also had a few injuries.
Leeds,
Leeds Rhinos.
Or
yeah.
Okay.
He's the next big thing coming out of England, that's for sure.
Wow.
Well, because I didn't realise, but Weeby's brother is a coach over there, eh? In the UK. So
yes.
Yeah, Weeby's brother's
Well, Weeby
involved
coached
in
at that club, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So he must
Or not. Yeah.
he must get on the phone to Weeby and be like, bro, man, we've got this player, this young up and coming. So yeah.
Interesting.
Laban might go there, maybe.
Nah, it's gonna be exciting times, but
very exciting.
Yeah. Anyway, we got this little problem of the Dragons that we need to get over first. Yeah,
We'll blow them out,
one
bro.
game. I love getting ahead of myself.
Hey,
yeah,
we're gonna deal with it.
I'm starting to lean towards that 50-2, mate. We just spoke about, I'm just thinking about every player hitting their straps at once, mate. It'd be a slaughter.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Could say the same thing about them.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but they don't have the halves, mate. I still don't rate their halves.
Oh, Gannon's family is close to Richie Agar, and Stevie Boy's just saying Agar coached him. Oh, okay. And Nail and Sink as well. Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Putting that's good. That's good. It shows. Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, my bro. Okay, I think we're close to wrapping up, eh? So, just the boys and the comments and stuff. Thanks for jumping in, Polder, bro. Don't jump off here because once I finish the live, it's gonna be. We'll still be shot, Nick. We'll still be on. Thanks for jumping in. Hey, it's good to have the boss back.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been awesome coming back. I've been watching your guys' lives, and I was like, man, I missed this. So I've got today off because today's Monday morning. So I've got today off, and I was like, nah, man, I'm just gonna jump on for this one. So probably not gonna jump on for the next one, but I'll definitely let you know when I've got a Monday off and I can jump back on again, Fano, because I love what you guys are doing. You're keeping the fire going. And Monday night corridor is still going, so I really enjoy it. And to you, too, Powder, man, don't be.
I'll get lippy here. Don't worry.
This is
give me time. You be saying, Powder, shut up, bro.
Yeah, Jacko. No, all good. And anyone else in the comments, if you guys ever want to jump in, just
sorry, I better say this now. Then
7 p.m.
Thanks, Tons. I forgot to say I can only fit 6 people. So it's so like, and even having Matt on tonight was fucking choice. Hard. There's a ceiling to our what we can do. but no.
There's only so many bench players we've got.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks for jumping in. Fucking up the fucking wires, baby.
Up the wires, boy. Hey, one more time.